Greetings. If you like these daily crypto analysis videos, hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about the channel so we can help it grow. I'm Crypto Snake, back again to discuss some Bitcoin analysis. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have looked at the daily chart today and seen a lot of red here today. Before we get into the daily chart, I do want to go down to the 4-hour chart just to see where we might be heading from here, if we're actually upticking or not. And I'll actually show how choreographed this drop actually was. So on the 4-hour cloud here, you can see we did actually get rejected up here, 6580. We didn't break it, which makes sense considering how much trouble we were having getting through here. And then we followed this resistance line here pretty much down until we tested it again, broke straight through the Kijun-sen down to the Tenkan-sen, and we've been riding along there right now. Now, what I want to address on this 4-hour cloud is this right here. Ooh, that was a wacky line. The Tenkan-sen here is actually starting to rise, and the Kijun-sen is staying level, which is bearish. Means there could be a potential TK crossover coming over here, which would drop the price pretty drastically on the 4-hour pretty quickly. Now, also what I want to show here is the Chikou span is actually moving into a ranging territory here, which means basically side trending movement until a drop. Also on the RSI down here, you can see that we did peak up here in the 61 area and started a slow descent. We haven't been able to break back up, so lower highs, lower lows. We're definitely in a bear trend right now on the 4-hour chart. If we go on back to the 1-hour chart, you can see we do have a TK crossover here, this position, which instigated this gigantic drop here. Going to the 2-hour, same thing. You can see a TK crossover forming here. Price drop. We are now heading into the 2-hour cloud. When we break this cloud here, we are going to see some massive red spikes here. Moving into the 3-hour cloud, you can see that a TK crossover is about to form. The SAR on the 3-hour has actually also started its first declining point here, so I would expect this to break down pretty heavily through the 3-hour cloud here and instigate a really big drop. Moving back to the 4-hour chart here, you can see that we didn't break this 4-hour cloud, as I said, and there is no SAR dot up here indicating a decline just yet, so there's still time to get out of positions. My personal preference, I would get out because I'm expecting a pretty big dip here before this TK crossover happens and drops it through the floor. Going back to the 1-day chart though, you will see that the Kijun-sen here has continued to plateau, but also that the Tenkan-sen has also started to plateau, and neither of them are giving up anything, which is not bullish. Now, if what we would want to see in this situation is the Tenkan-sen to start dropping slowly and the Kijun-sen to come up and start meeting it, but the fact that they're holding that position indicates that this is likely to plateau before dropping down, and this is going to eventually start following it, which is likely to lead to more downtrend, which just confirms my theory that the bears are still in fact in control here. The other indication here that I can see that we are in fact still in a bear trend here is this SAR here. As we have been inclining slightly, you would think that would be bullish, but see the previous pumps here and here have a much greater incline rate there. Now we're basically plateauing here, which normally happens for consolidation areas. So I do expect us to break down here back to the Kijun-sen, and the Kijun-sen will likely start descending as well once that price breaks through. If we take a look at the Heikin Ashi here, you can actually see that we have posted our first red candle of this series. This continuation here actually marks the possible end of the bear flag that I marked out in a couple previous streams. This could be the beginning of the major downtick here. As you can see here, this entire area looks very similar to this. This is a bear flag right here, so we are actually forming a very big bear flag here. Now I just want to point out here, I went ahead and drew the bear flag here again. If we are in fact starting bear flag all the way from the peak, we could be seeing a price all the way down to around 4,500. Now I don't think that's likely because I don't actually think the bear flag started there. I think it started around this 6930 area. So now if we shorten this bear flag, it actually does put us a little bit closer to my target area here between the 5800 to 5300 area, give or take. Now the length of this bear flag ranges depending on where you actually think it started at. It could start anywhere between here and here, so that range could go anywhere from the previous price that I laid out all the way up to where I just marked on this bear flag. So these are definitely some troubling times in the crypto space. It's very easy to get swept up in the FOMO and burned if you don't know what you're looking at here. I know a lot of people who got in on this candle thinking it was a big recovery, only to get absolutely just burned on the way down. And that'll happen. It happens to the best of us, but the more you know, the better you'll be prepared for it next time. Speaking of, if you guys would like to join my free Telegram for insights on the market, including Bitcoin, altcoins, and a sneak peek to my personal entries and exits, join t.me/CryptoSnakePit. Links are in the description below, as well as instructions on how to install Telegram, which is a free chat program. Also, in our private VIP group, we have been capitalizing on Bitcoin sideways movements with open positions right now, pulling 25% so far on ZRX, 20% on WON, 7% on Game, and 10% on ADA. If you want information on how to get into the VIP group to be part of these trades, the information is also in the description below. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market cap today. As you guys can see here, as I pointed out over the last couple of days, we did peak at 54.50. We started this downslope, which produced some really nice profits on alts, dropping all the way down to 50%, but we did start upticking yesterday and today. Now we're basically trending around the 52% area, which has caused alts to be absolutely destroyed again. And if we go ahead and take a look at the market cap here, you can see $211 billion. We dropped $14 billion basically overnight out of the crypto space, which is unfathomable to even think about. And Bitcoin dominance actually went up a whole percentage point just overnight. And as you guys can see here, the 24-hour on most of these coins is absolutely just red. A lot of them losing up to 10%, even more just on this minor daily dump of Bitcoin. So I hope you guys use safe stop losses and take profits on your positions. Personally, with the looming drop on Bitcoin here, I'm very wary about keeping any positions in my altcoins right now. So I'm keeping very close stop losses just in case Bitcoin happens to fall through the floor. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to say good luck to you on your trades this week. Please join me in my free Telegram at CryptoSnakePit, where I give up-to-the-minute updates on Bitcoin and my personal exits and entries for the private VIP group. Also included with the private VIP group is the VIP chat, where you can chat with many of our experienced savage traders, get personal technical analysis from me, and answer any questions you might have. This is CryptoSnake, signing off.